Hello and welcome to another update video about XRP. XRP is on its way a little bit higher. Did talk about in the previous video that we could still count the move down here, which occurred between the 21st of March and the 23rd of March as a wave 4, even though it became really unreliable. The reason it became really unreliable was this move down is far deeper than and looks much stronger than it should normally do for a fourth wave. So what you would normally want is that it doesn't go beyond the 50% retracement. Now, okay, I know we are in crypto, and things can get volatile, but it's just still a bit of a red flag if a fourth wave retraces more than the 50% retracement. It, however, recovered, did rally and came down again. So in the last, I think it was the last video, if not, then I highlighted it on the channel member signals group, that we can count this still as a wave 4, obviously, and then the next as a 1-2 setup. We could now be in a third wave rally. Don't really have strong evidence for that yet, especially this latest move down doesn't look very healthy. But the trend is certainly up, even though only short term. And even though it looks increasingly choppy. I don't believe this count at all, I have to say. But we're doing a bit of micro counting here. I could also make it easy for myself and just show you the higher level count, which would be a bit pointless for anybody who wants to understand the probabilities on the lower time frame. Problem is, generally the XRP chart as a whole is a bit of an unreliable chart. It looks very choppy. It's also not the most healthy long-term chart. Why do I not believe this count here, which would escalate, or which would allow XRP to escalate higher? Well, it is a very bullish one. So if you look at this, if I zoom out a bit, we've been talking about XRP being in a possible, zooming out a bit, so there you go, that XRP possibly completed a wave 1 here. That was in April 21. And then since then, we've been moving down in a W, X, Y correction. And the wave W consists of A, B, C, done. The wave X is an A, B, C, done. And the wave Y here consists of an A wave, done. B wave might still be unfolding now. And then a C wave down. Yes, other possibilities are there. Could it be that XRP already bottomed? Yes, possible. Likely, this structure is not reliable. That's the problem, right? It's of course, everything is possible in these markets. And certainly I've been focused on the upside anyway here in the very short term. So, if in the end we don't get another low, then, that's fine. I mean, short term, we are focused on the upside because short term, the trend is up, and also the Elliott Waves suggest further upside in the short term, at least, as long as we're holding critical support areas. If we then continue to hold support at some point, we have to say that the low was probably already in. In the end, you always only know it afterwards, but ideally the scenarios and the counts at the moment help you to understand that the trend is up and that we are focused on the upside in the short term. And we have been for a while. We actually have been since the 1st of January, right? Since I counted the move down here as a B wave low, and since we've counted that as a 5-wave move to the upside as a wave 1, right? And then we've come down in a wave 2. That orange support area did hold. I think, to be honest, we had a couple here break along the way, and it is because XRP is just choppy. It's just sideways action here, But I still count this as, obviously here, the June low, just highlighted to you as an A wave low within that Y wave. The move up currently in a B wave, in a choppy A, B, C structure. A wave, B wave, C wave, and we could now be in this C wave, and that is why I'm focused on the upside. If we get this C wave done, which would be a 5-wave move, so it should be something like that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we get this complete, and then in any move down, only get 3 waves and we hold a higher low, then we can say, okay, the bear market low was probably in. At the moment, it's just simply not possible, and the choppy nature and the sideways action here just give me still a little bit more of a tendency to say another low would be good for this chart. Doesn't mean I wouldn't prepare for the low is already in. It certainly came down deep enough in this bear market, and in the short term, we can remain focused on higher as long as critical support levels are holding. So, but to be honest, what I want to do, I want to just hide a few of these things here because the chart gets quite, gets just quite overloaded now, which I don't really like. So we take some of these subwaves out just now, hiding them. Can always bring them in when we need it, but I just try to keep it clean and don't want to make it too complex here with too many lines on this chart. I will always recommend to anybody who, if you do your own charts, then keep it as clean as possible. But yeah, you know, since then, since this wave 2 low, so obviously we talked about this B wave low back in January, early January. Since then, we've been focused here on a 5-wave move to the upside. That was first information that, yeah, we could be in the C wave to the upside. Then a 3-wave move down was the second confirmation. And then we obviously counted here a series of 1-2 setups that prepared hopefully everybody for quite a strong 3rd-wave rally. Because if you have a couple of 1-2 setups, it's normally quite bullish. Do I believe it? Not always, but you know, it's not about believing. You know, we've got the chart, we've got chart structure, and that's what we analyze. And it told us that in a series of 1-2s, you should get your 3rd wave at some point, which we did. It's just then the problem that this 4th wave came down a little bit too low. But again, it didn't invalidate it. It would only be invalidated had the wave 4 cut into the wave 1 price region here at 40.2 cents. So since then, we've been focused here on the wave 1 to the upside, a wave 2. Should ideally get a 3rd wave now. Now I can tell you straight away, this doesn't look really yet like a 3rd wave. It did just like an hour ago. Now we already see this pullback, and that's not healthy. It's not healthy. So, but anyway, what it could be, again, and you see certainly 5 waves within it, right? So we could say, okay, within this 3rd wave, maybe this was a 1st wave. We're now coming down in a wave 2 and should then, but then we get really again into the micro counting and the details. So it could also be that this wave 2 is still ongoing, that we had an A wave down, a B wave up, and a C wave down, but then this risks coming down too low. So just having a bit of patience. What is important for further upside, that it holds the wave 4 low, and that was at 41 cents. So any drop below 41 cents would probably, yeah, bring the chart back to previous lows. So I guess we're talking about the area around 37 cents, maybe 38. We had quite a bit of support. I mean, you can even draw a trend line. Maybe that will be a guide. Yeah, so if we draw something like this here, trying to align it as accurately as possible. There are a few ways how these could be drawn, but just leave it maybe like that. Then we've got 4 touch points here, and I'll make it white. That might be a touch point in case we break down. Yeah, I mean, important is the 41 cent level now, which is basically here the 4th wave low of the 22nd of March. Should we go up directly in a 3rd wave, target would be 48.8 cents, but problem is it's coming down a little too low now. But it could be just the 1st wave of a 3rd. Now I can give you a micro support. So if we say, okay, we had a 1st wave of the 3rd wave, I doubt it, but you know, what would be micro support for that? So we should then not drop below 42.5 cents. Okay, that's my update about XRP. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.